I'm Samí Haiman-Marrero, the CEO of Urbander, and we are a communications and marketing firm located in Orlando, Florida, servicing the nation. And we focus on helping change the way we do business to transform humanity. And we do that through the power of storytelling and harnessing the diverse stories that make up the very fabric of our community. And so I started this business during a very, very challenging time in my life. It was the 2008 recession, and I had a very cushy job making six figures, traveling all over the nation, representing one of the biggest media publication companies here in the US, based out of New York, was working remotely from home. Imagine that. This was 20 years ago. And when our economic situation was hugely affected, and I mean my family, because my husband and I both were left without employment, like millions of other Americans across the country, we were faced with this crossroads in terms of, do we go back to corporate America, which at that time was not really focused on paying the kind of salaries that we were used to earning, or do we just face reality and just jump into survival mode and put the machete between our teeth and start our own business? And so that's how Urbander began. I was Latina here in Orlando, didn't really know many people, and had to slowly but surely just tap into the relationships that I had built throughout my career in the publishing circuit in New York City and nationwide to begin landing some new business, right? And so it was extremely challenging. It was very scary. We almost lost my house, but thankfully everything turned out for the better, and was able to exercise all of the knowledge that I had acquired throughout my professional career, and then some, because I had to learn a lot in those first few years of having my own business to exercise this thing that we call entrepreneurship. For anybody out there that is either at work facing challenging times, or if you have your own business, and trust me, you get stuck often. All I can say is that throughout the years, this is what I've learned, and I call it the 5 R's. The first one is your relationships are your number one resource, right? Relationships are your number one resource. They're your safety net, they're your sounding board. And so cultivate them, nurture them, guard them, cherish them, protect them, because at the end of the day, when the shit hits the fan, it's those relationships that are going to be able to sustain you, right? And that circle of trusted collaborators and friends and cheerleaders that are going to help you turn the page and land on the other side of whatever challenge in a better place. You can only develop relationships by establishing engagements of mutual respect. And that's the second R, right? So it's 5 R's: relationships and respect. I feel that respect is the catalyst to becoming intimate with people and really getting to know them, and to establish safe boundaries of engagement and healthy boundaries of engagement. And so it's like I always say, people don't need to like you, but they need to respect you, right? And if they like you and respect you, that's just a bonus, right? And so I feel like the end goal is obviously to develop relationships where you promote trust and you can really lean in on each other. And most of all, have fun with each other and work on projects that are fulfilling and rewarding and that you enjoy doing with the people that you establish relationships with. But at the end of the day, you also can collaborate with people that maybe necessarily you don't jive that way or you don't have that vibe with them, but you really do respect them and admire them. So I feel like respect is very important. And so, how do you develop respect with people, whether they like you or not? By delivering results. And that's the third R. Okay, just be competent, learn every single day new things so that way you can polish up your skills, learn new skills, and be a master of your craft, whatever it is. And that way, people will look at you as someone that is not necessarily the most charismatic or the most fun to be around or the most uh how do you say popular if you want, okay, but that you're reliable. And so results is directly linked to reliability, and I think that it's very important to establish respect, because at the end of the day, with these three things, right, relationships, respect, and results, you begin to develop the fourth R, which is your reputation. And I always say that your reputation can be Gandhi like, right? Close to sainthood, or Gotti like, right? Like the mafia. And so I feel like most people are somewhere in between, but reputation is everything. It takes a lifetime to develop, and you can tarnish it in 5 seconds. And so it's very, very important that you, again, cultivate your relationships, develop them based on or anchored in respect, that you always cultivate your craft and master your craft so you can deliver results in order to build a strong reputation, right? Good or bad, but hopefully good, right? And I strive to, for example, develop a reputation of someone that is thorough, someone that's results oriented, that solves problems, that is a badass storyteller, and that will be able to collaborate with you in ideating and deploying new programming and new ideas, right? And so that's just my reputation, or I've heard, right? And that also that I'm very honest, and that our business is really rooted in integrity. And so that's the reputation that we've wanted to build, and I think we have. And then last but not least, the last R is representation. Everywhere we go, and also most importantly, as a woman of color, I feel that I hold the entire community of color on my shoulders. And so everywhere I go, I feel that I represent uh, people that are oftentimes excluded from conversations, not present at important tables. And so when I show up, I know that I have to advocate and I have to represent a group of people that oftentimes are historically excluded from decision making spaces. And so just wanted to share that these are some of the valuable, I feel, learnings that I've had throughout my career and also as a business owner. And I hope that you find value in my experiences. And I wish you a wonderful, wonderful Women's History Month.